Okay, right, so we are now live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a review with me, Ruku, and Jimbo. Today's beer review, once I've sorted myself out, today's beer review is Duvel. This is probably well known. Everyone knows Duvel. Well,
And
at
this
least I
is one
think
of
they
your
do.
favourites, right?
It is, yeah. This beer is responsible for my whole channel. This is why I do beer reviews, because of this beer set it all off for me.
Nice.
And that's I travel around the world and try beers. Well, not literally, but get beers from around the world. From Belgium, 8.5%, and is a 330. Duvel actually translates to devil as well in Flemish.
Ooh, devil.
Yeah, good. There's a cool story behind that as well.
Nice. Looking forward to hearing
When the
that.
guy sampled it, he said, "Oh, it's a Duvel of a beer." In other words, that's a devil of a beer. It just
Got
hisses
some
at me.
spillage here.
Right. You're spilling. We haven't even started yet, and you're spilling it. What's going on?
Cool. So I'm going to leave a little bit behind.
Yep. I'm just trying to mark mine out now. Is it out? That's right. So about a shot. I sort of said where the right there you go. Yeah, I've got mine. So just right where you've got the line on the bottle, or as close as you can get it. About a shot is all you need left in there. And you can actually, I think I've gone over mine. No, it's just the camera. It's the way the camera is.
Nice.
But mine's actually on the line, but the head has climbed drastically, so mine's got quite a bit of a head on it.
Cool. Yeah, good to go here.
Keep that in the bottle. Don't get rid of that, because that's what we're going to remix in a minute.
Perfect.
Just keep that in the bottle. So that's your. I seriously need to work on my camera angles, man. Well, that's the beer before you've remixed it, so it's quite clear, big head on it, as you can see.
Yeah, really.
And the taste is what's important. So,
It's
yeah.
been about 15 years since I've had this beer. I can't remember what it tastes like.
15 years.
15 years.
Shit, 15 years.
I know, right?
It's got like a very sort of unique smell to it. It's quite skunky, but I'm sure once you've tasted it, it's going to come flooding back to you.
Should I taste it now?
Go, what the hell was that? Yeah, before it's remixed, and then you'll see the difference when it's been remixed. You'll notice a flavour change.
Very bubbly.
So to me, that's quite sort of hoppy, but it's also like a bitter as well.
Yeah, I can taste some citrus, a little bit of grapefruit.
Oh yeah, grapefruit. Yeah. That's a. Do you know what? Now you said that, I didn't quite notice that, but yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it's that sharpness.
It sneaks through. Yeah, definitely sneaks through.
Yeah, do you know, all the years I've been drinking this, I've never noticed that. So yeah, well spotted.
Yeah,
Well spotted. Right, so I mean, the head is nice and foamy. That just comes in. There's no way of avoiding that, which I like.
it's very gassy. Well, maybe that gives the extra flavouring a little bit on the tongue.
It probably does. I mean, it's fucking massive.
It's probably the gassiest beer that I've had.
We got a comment.
How you doing, Heath?
Heath drinks. Hey guys, nice to you to join us, Heath. Glad you caught the live stream. We've not long just started, so we are reviewing Duvel. Just in case if you hadn't noticed, it's my all-time favourite beer. This is what started my whole journey, as I mentioned. Yeah, so I can't remember. I've just gone off track now. Oh, the bubbles. That's right. Yeah, the bubbles. We were saying like it could have an effect on the taste of the beer because it's so bubbly. Oh, God, I went out like two mouthfuls. Oh, Christ. I could be here for days just sitting here burping. How about that for a live stream? Just me burping.
If you're going on a first date, never drink this. You'd be burping all night.
Yeah. Oh, love. Sorry, did that smell of Duvel? Sorry, love.
Right.
But yeah, so that's, as I say, that's what it's like unremixed. So it's quite a clear looking beer. The head's decent. And as you said, like hints of maybe like a grapefruit. There's a hop there. There's a bitterness there, which is cool. So what I'm going to show you, now you've got a little bit in the bottle there. If you just tilt it on its side and just spin it, just about a second or two. I like to be thorough with this because obviously I want to make sure it's properly done. So now what will happen is, if you can see through your glass, you should see the head starting to climb massively.
Yeah.
And then if you now add this into here, you'll get a colour change with a hench head. So you can see already how cloudy that's gone. That's gone completely cloudy.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
Completely cloudy. The head's gone massive. And the taste will be completely different as well. Everything gets toned down a notch when it's been remixed, which is nice.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
Weird, eh?
Yeah. That's
I
interesting.
prefer it remixed.
Actually, I agree as well. I agree. And you know what? It's got less bubbles as well.
Yeah, but the head I find is a bit more. The head is still thicker, but it's not as bubbly. Carbonation's less bubbly. The flavours are somewhat toned down a little bit.
Speaking of pouring drinks, I saw a fact. It says Duvel is poured slowly into a dry glass to keep back the yeast, which can be drunk separately, which we
Hence
mixed.
what we've just done. So the yeast was in the bottom of that. When you remix it, you're re-fermenting and reactivating the yeast. Now, a lot of people in Belgium, they give you the choice as the barman or whoever serving you will actually ask you, would you like the yeast, yes or no? And they will pour it, but they'll keep the yeast back in there before they serve it to you. And then you've got the choice if you want to add it in or if you want to leave it.
Nice. That's actually a good bartender doing that.
Exactly. And yet, it wouldn't be the same here, would it? They'd just go, there's your pint, get on with it.
Yeah. And speaking of yeast, I've got a fact here. It's actually got some Scottish DNA. So one of the family members embarked on a venture to the UK to search for an English yeast strain, which is used today. And they actually found it at a Scottish brewery. So they got the yeast.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's not 100% Belgian, but it's got a little bit of Scottish. So if you're any Scottish fans out there, definitely some Scottish.
I don't know if I do, actually. I don't know if I've got any Scottish fans, but I'd like to think I do. They drink this no problem. They're like, yeah, that's nothing compared to Buckfast. But I will say as well, they never used to do this on the old bottles. On the back of the bottles there is like the weird, wacky artwork. And they never used to do that. Yeah, so you've got a different one. I've got the bottle, you've got the glass with a tornado. And funny, I should say the tornado, because all along I have on the banner there, mentioning just below there with a scroll, actually mentions that this glass was designed so that the etching in the bottom creates a tornado. So the carbonation will only slightly twizzle upwards and it will stay in a straight line. So when you've got it in a Duvel glass, it will only go up in a straight line. But different glasses, different etching, has different results. But bearing in mind, this glass was the original glass and has been since day one. They've never changed the glass. It's been designed from the blueprints, and that's why they created the beer to go with it.
So I did some translation on the bottle. May not be
Dutch.
100% correct. Well, it just stopped. Apologies.
We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it.
Yeah. When it's picking up, yeah. Hey, Mersey with us. I'm glad you finally made it, Mersey. Because I was getting a bit worried, mate, after I sent that email to you. I'm like, is he going to come? Is he not going to come? So I'm glad you're here. We are reviewing Duvel, and we've just been discussing, obviously, the remixing. I know you've missed this, but watch the video back and you'll see what we've just done. But yeah, it's I like it. I mean, I think this was the beer that started it all for me, and I have huge respect. And it's a family-run brewery as well. It has been since, well, basically since it started.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fourth generation family brewed, founded in 1871. Yeah, definitely sold in 60 odd countries, so they're doing pretty well. Another fact that I did find out. So it was once a dark beer. It wasn't always
Okay.
black. So maybe maybe over the generations they were able to get more ingredients to make it taste better. Maybe they change. I don't know. I haven't really dug deep into that.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've only ever known it as this color, but I mean, if it was a dark beer, why was that, and what did they do to it?
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, doesn't it? Was they aiming for a stout of some kind, or was it just like a dark in appearance, and they thought that doesn't look quite right with the branding? Let's change it, or I don't know.
Yeah, if anyone does know, feel free to comment.
Yeah, I'd love to know myself actually, because that's going to something that's going to keep me up all night.
And apparently it was brewed for the first time in the 1920s. So definitely the swinging 20s of the definitely, yeah, really good tasting beer.
Again, you can get this in the big 750 mils as well, and you and half notice a difference because the head is a lot more bitter, it's a lot more foamier, and it proper creeps up. The head on it is massive, and again, that's what I remember drinking back when I first started this whole YouTube channel, because I had a big 750 ml of this stuff bought in Sainsbury's back in 2007, I think, for a £5. I mean,
Wow.
they wouldn't even sell that nowadays. Yeah, Heath Drinks is right. The hop version, they do different hop versions actually. They do the cashmere one, I think it was, or something like that. Cashmere hops. They do the triple hop, which I think came in at 9%.
Wow.
I had the original triple hop, and I didn't think much of it. To me, it was just too hoppy. There was 3 different hops in it. SARS being one of them, which is from the Czech Republic. And I'm not sure what the other 2 hops were, but I think Fuggles might have been one, which is from Kent as well.
Interesting.
The other one, Citra. That's the other one I was thinking of. Citra. Yeah, that's the one I had. Wasn't hugely a lover of that, but yeah. Never seen the cashmere. It's been released, I think, sometime last year. It's been around for a little while, but not too long. But yeah, as I said, they also do, and if you read the banner below there, they also do the triple aged barrel stuff, which I've had. They also do Duvel Green, which I absolutely loved. And quite right, they do 2 different hop versions as well. So Duvel do make a lot of beer, and I do believe they go under a different name for some other stuff. I think, if I remember correctly, they actually make Vedette as well. So the Belgian beer Vedette, if I'm not mistaken, they actually do make that as well. So
Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, they do different beers. They're pretty versatile.
So apparently, this beer is fermented both in warm and cold storage rooms, which is interesting. And because of its long-term re-fermentation, it takes 3 months before freshly brewed and it enters the market. So
yeah,
seems quite long for me, but
I think that's why that's where the distinct flavour comes from. I think it's because of that aging process where they're heating it and they're cooling it. I think obviously they use the high strain yeast, obviously, because you can't just do that with any other yeast because it will just die. I think that's what gives it that characteristic, that sort of real decent flavour into it. Although, as far as I don't know if there's, it tells you on the back here what yeast they use or anything, but just says contains barley malt. That's all it gives you in English. Barley malt. That's it. That's helpful.
Yeah, I've got water, use pale barley malts with says and
SARS, yeah, SAAZ, which is Czech Republic hops.
Okay.
I've actually used that in my homebrew before, and it gives it a real punchy flavour. Actually, little goes a long way with SARS hops. I tell you, you put too much in, fucking hell, blows your head off. Vedette is part of the Duvel family. A couple of versions of Vedette as well. And they have released a new version of Vedette, actually. I'm glad Mersey Beers has brought this up because they do have a Vedette Summertime, I think it was called, or Vedette Summer. And I need to get my hands on it. It's only just not long come out, and I need to get my hands on it. I do Vedette White, Vedette Blonde is the most famous one, and then Vedette IPA and Vedette Summertime. I've had all but Summertime, so hence why I want to get my hands on it.
Yeah, they do sound good, especially for the seasonal time and stuff in the summer.
Exactly. So, how's the translation coming on? Have you managed to work out what it says on the back of the bottle there?
Yeah, let's give it one more go. Let's have a look here. So, of course, I've got the glass.
Yeah,
you've
got different ones to me, haven't you?
Down in the elm, you'll find one engraved. Something contains tornado, fine carbonate bubbles, fantastic to watch. Lifetime business for the royal foam collier to build and preserve perfection. But yeah, it makes sense.
So they're talking about the glass that I mentioned earlier, with the etching in the bottom there is the symbol of the Duvel. So it's the D logo there on Duvel. And that's what they're saying. If you look deep down, as in the glass, you'll see a tornado, because when you have it in the glass, it will create a slight tornado stream of carbonation. Hence what they're talking about there.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit disappointed with that, actually, because I was expecting there to be like, oh, we contain this, we use this, and this is this, but no. Don't get nothing from them.
And like you said, it translates to devil. Also says, it's said that the devil's hidden in details. The Duvel closes the bottle and contains much of the gas carbonate. It can translate a beautiful and more with causes a fine bubble or something. But yeah. Anyway, get the glass if you get the beer. So I'm sure.
The other good thing, they say that you're supposed to pour this at a 45-degree angle. Now, a lot of people, if you're like me, you ain't got a clue what 45 degrees is. You're just like, yeah, I just pour a beer, that's it. The good way to do this is, ironically, with a tulip style glass. I can't do this at the moment because obviously I'm holding this up, but if you've got a solid, I need to work on my camera. If you've got a solid surface, you put that down, this bottle can actually rest on there like that, like hands free. I'm not even joking. I've done it before. I think I did a video on how to remix it, and I did it in that. And it literally just stays on the glass like that, hands free. You can take your hands away. It's just perfectly balanced. And that is literally the 45-degree angle that you're supposed to pour at.
You know who's
so when
doing
you got the glass, you're supposed to sort of pour like that.
You know who's doing that,
so,
right? It's the devil.
Not that I ever do that, because I can't be bothered. I ain't got time to sit there and go, what's 45 degrees? I just, that's a beer. Let's crack it open. Well, I can't be the only one who's saying that, surely. Oh, here we go. Mersey Beers. 45 is half a right angle. All right, okay. I think he's turned into a Carol Vorderman. Yeah, that's probably right. I have no idea. I'm shit at maths and angles and algebra, so don't ask me. I wouldn't have a clue. But yeah, it's probably right. They say that you're supposed to pour beer at different angles and so on, but I don't. Is that lazy? Does that make me sound lazy?
That's pretty good. It's a really good beer. Surprised it's took me this long to have it again.
How long was it? 13 years, did you say, since you last had one?
Yeah, 15.
15 years.
Wow.
That's just mad. How can you get? Well, it's doable. I mean, 15 years is a bit long for me, but certain beers I can go about a year without not having 2 years at tops. But 15, Christ. And the thing is, they see all this bloody everywhere. Really everywhere. But yeah, I mean, well, you get the 330s everywhere, but the big 750s you're gonna have to get online. But they cost you a lot of money now. They're like 10 quid some places.
Wow.
You get them directly from Belgium. It's only a £5, so best go direct to Belgium again. You get them for like a £5. I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, it's the beer that started this for me. I have huge respect for the Morgat family that brew this. You know, I love everything about it. I love the branding. I love the glass. I love the flavour of the beer. Little details like the remixing. You know, you can't do that on many beers, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I'm very surprised about that. How did you find out about mixing that beer?
Completely by accident. So I was scouring the internet, I do believe, for Duvel Green at the time because America got Duvel Green before we did. And the Belgians are a little bit touchy about who kind of markets where. So they sent it to America, presumably thinking, oh, yeah, they can get a bigger market audience. And I come across a forum and it basically said, someone out there just basically come out with it random, said, did you know that if you leave about a shot's worth in the bottle and then remix it, it changes the taste and colour? And I was just like, nah, that can't be right. How the fuck? They went into a really long-winded technical term talking about the yeast strain and all the rest of it. So it's basically down to the yeast. So I thought, right, I'll do that then. So literally 2 days later, I went out and bought a bottle of Duvel and I tried it and it works. And I was like, wow. Like, didn't know that. Do you know what I mean? Did not know that.
Now you do it every time.
I do, because I can't drink it any other way. I have to remix Duvel. I can't have it normally. And for those that know me very well, you'll often see me in a lot of my videos. If I'm drinking Duvel, I'll always remix it. Even on a night out, if I can find this on a night out somewhere, then I will remix it.
I wonder if you could do it with any other beer that has a good amount of yeast.
You can. Yeah, you can. You can do it on any wheat beer going. So any wheat beer you can do it on, or any beer that's got a live yeast in it. So things like Orvel. Trying to think. There's quite a few, but I can't jump. I've just gone blank. But there is quite a few. Although it probably wouldn't have the same taste differences as this has, but it will have a slight change. But the wheat beers definitely works on. So any wheat beer, you can do the same on any wheat beer.
Yeah.
And I've just seen a comment here. What's this? Most Belgian breweries have their own house yeast, but they are from all over. Some Belgian yeast strain. Yeah. It's as I say, it depends on where you get the yeast from. People use a lot of different yeasts, a lot of different hops from different countries because of the taste.
It's crazy. Types are out there, you know.
Well, yeah, you know, again, like you know, SARS is probably supposedly dubbed one of the best hops in the world. Yeah, I kind of disagree. I'm not a lover of it, but then you can have a high-end Belgium strain yeast that's all numbers. It won't tell you what the make is. It will just be like Y152 XYZ. And if you look that up, you know, you'll find that that's a high strain yeast. In other words, it doesn't die so quickly. So even if you went above your brewing temperature of, say, 45, 50 degrees, it will still have a chance of survival. It won't die. It will still survive. And that's why they use such strains like that. It's really bizarre. I just wish I had another one now. I need another Duvel. It's not fair. I should have bought two. Learn for next time.
Going back to the other beer that from 2 beers ago,
Quack.
it advertised the awards that it won. Again, this beer, I'm not seeing any awards.
No, I know, and this is what pisses me off, because they need an award for the amount of beer that they make, and under different names as well. They need an award because every beer is different, you know. And also, I mentioned this off camera to you as well, but also Duvel have their brewery of Duvel is completely economical. So when they brew their beer, the heat from the tanks goes up into the walls and across to basically heat like the offices where the officers work, you know, in the winter. You know, they've got solar panels on their wind turbines, and they don't win no awards for it, and I think it's wrong. And, you know, you can get a cheap, nasty beer, and then they win like that year's award, and you just think, no, like Duvel's been going longer. They know what they're doing. And Heath drinks, yeah, I need one. Yeah, I know how you feel, mate. I need another one, but I ain't got one. Mind you, I do have that. I do have the BrewDog Nitro Stout still. I've got 2 of them. So yeah, that's always another one. But yeah. So how would you rate this? What's your score on?
I'll probably rate it 8 out of 10.
No, really? Okay.
Yeah,
No, it's not your highest, is it?
Yeah, not as high as the last beer that we had, but it's up there still.
Duvel. No, not Duvel, but Duvel on the brain. Delirium was the last one.
Yes.
You scored that at 9, I do believe.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Well, I would score Duvel a 10 because this is what started it for me. So I'm gonna have to stick to my guns and give it a 10. I've been drinking it for years. Well, since 2007. So however long ago that was. Probably about 14, 15 years. So whenever you last not drunk it was when I first drunk it. That makes sense. So yeah, there you go. I think that's again a very successful review. I think, and that 2 high scores there. Can't complain. So our next one is Chimay Blue, which the scroller is telling you. So Chimay Blue will be the next one. Again, one of my all-time favourites. This and Duvel and Chimay Blue, probably the ones I used to drink maybe more than I should have done. Yeah, that's another story. But Chimay Blue next. So hopefully I will be, as always, guys and girls, I will be setting up a reminder for the next live stream nearer the time. If, like Mersey Beers, you want me to email you personally, just send me a private message or whatever and let me know, and I'll do that for you. If not, I will send you my email address now. Okay. Oh no, hang on. What am I doing? Yeah, I can do it like that. Sorry, I'm just don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. Right. There you go. That's my email address for anyone who wants to email me directly should you want me to send you a personal reminder of the next live review. If you don't, then obviously come on YouTube, and when I do upload it or put a reminder on, just hit remind me, and next time you come on, you will be notified that I'll be doing a live review next. So there's my email address for anyone who personally wants a reminder. I know Mersey Beers did, so and he's here today, so I'm glad he's made it. So yeah, there you go. I'll just now get rid of my email address.
Thanks again, and looking forward to the next review, Chimay Blue, which I've never had before, so this will be another new one.
It's awesome. I love it. I really do. It's one of my favourites. It's up there in the top 10 for me. Cool.
Hi guys,
for watching. I think it's been so don't forget, join us next time for another live review. See you later, everyone.
See you there. Thanks.